people, welcome to a special New Year's Eve edition 2018 of that finger-tapping frenzy that we all know and love. It's WWE SuperCard with me, Big Jim, not at BadLadDad HQ. Yes, the observant among you will have noticed I'm not at the usual base of operations. It's New Year's Eve and I'm away from the family, and the reason for that is we got a phone call yesterday morning, December the 30th, saying that Mum unfortunately had a collapse, and in fact she needed to be resuscitated. Things have got that bad. Now thankfully she's pulled through yet again. I don't know how she's doing it. She's still fighting in there, but that obviously means that I've had to come here to sit with her in hospital through this time. I've just taken a break now to say hello to you guys and just to try and get my head around something else other than all the doom and gloom that's been going on. So prayers obviously to Mum, and thank you for all your support and all your kind comments. But let's get on to the game itself. Let's get on to some distractions and get away from that type of thing. Now, I was, until Sunday morning, I was having a bit of a crack at our friend The Rock. But obviously that fell by the wayside on Sunday to a degree. So I did get him, I did get a card, albeit quite low down. It's a bit frustrating actually, because looking at the points, this was about 620,000 points. And for another 120,000, I could have been in the early 6,000s in terms of rankings, which would probably just been another hour and a half, couple of hours of gameplay. But, you know, it is what it is. I managed to get the card. It's not, as you can see, very strong compared to the two Shattered Pros that I've already got. Albeit, he does need to play his games, of course. And any other news on cards? There's one other interesting piece of news. I did finally get a Shattered Christmas card, which is nice, because I've had an awful lot of dross so far. Now, I may have the chance just to get one more card. I can't remember now whether I've got enough ingredients or not. I think I'm a couple of snowflakes light. I've got 7 snowmen, but I think I'm a couple of snowflakes. Oh no, I am fusing. Right, okay. Well, I'll get that snowflake then, and that will give me the chance. Will it let me show you what I've got here? Yeah, 2, 4, 5. Oh no, I've got 5 snowmen. Now I've still got a bit of work to do, haven't I? Oh, I might not make it then. I thought I'd got 7 snowmen. That must be on my secondary account, which is in Goliath tier. So that will make a big difference, hopefully, in Kyoko, which is my second account, which I don't play with very often. But when we get these fusiony type things, it's always worth doing. Team Road to Glory is pretty typical in that I have a Shattered Kofi Kingston. I've already got a Pro Xavier Woods Neon, but it would have been nice for me had Kofi been just a bit to the right there, but he's not. So there's not much I can do about that. Whether the team is going to go full beans for this, I don't know, because of course it is New Year's Eve, and some people will already be into New Year's Day by the time this video's out. And some of you will probably be pretty merry by the time this video comes out, and some of you could be fast asleep by the time this video comes out, and some of you could be watching it in March 2019 or something. So it's all irrelevant, really, isn't it? The bottom line is, I don't think we'll be going for it with full gusto, but I'll obviously be tapping away late this evening when I get back from the hospital, hopefully. And I'm not buying any of these packs. I know I could buy one of these. They give me another snowman. It'd give me enough for snowman in terms of the snowflake fusion chamber. But it's just, you know, where do you draw the line? You guys, having just spent obviously some coinage on getting the Rock, just gambling on a possibility of a Shattered Bray Wyatt Pro Christmas card doesn't really appeal, to be honest with you. But there's a sale going on. I mean, if you've got the cash, you don't mind splashing the cash, you want to get on with it, then fair play to you. The last man standing, of course, was a bit of a farce with the fact that there were only hardened cards as your opponents. So, I mean, there was millions of points being scored by people. Millions. millions and millions and millions of points, which was very brave of you all, those that did it, and I'm sure it costs an absolute fortune as well. I know these things can be done without spending money, but when you're facing opponents who aren't going to beat you in terms of the deck because they're all hardened cards, then really it's about how far you can get with how much cash you're spending as well, isn't it, to be honest? So I'd spent a little. I could have ended up with a sort of mid-level rock if I was lucky, but it wasn't to be. It wasn't to be. It is, of course, the time of year when people do start getting a bit emotional about things that have gone on through the year, or they start reflecting on what's gone wrong in their lives and all that kind of thing. And I don't think I can sum things up any better than saying it's been a crap year for Team BadLadDad, and in that I include Ninja Boy, who's obviously had his health problems. His mum has had some health problems as well. There's obviously my mum, BadLadDad Gran, who has been hanging on for 3 months. It's not been, I can safely say, a great time, but you've got to battle on. You've just got to get on with things. I know it's an easy thing to say, and it's not an easy thing to do, and there's times when you just want to close the door and not pay attention to what's going on out there, but you kind of have to, because the real world doesn't stop for anybody. And even if you just want to like keep under the radar and do things quietly, you've still got to get out there and do things. Whether he says sitting indoors playing SuperCard, but whether it is just pleasing yourself with making a few videos for YouTube, whatever your hobbies are, whatever distractions you've got, even if it's playing blaring music in your ears for a bit, but just go for a walk while you're doing it, get some fresh air at the same time. Just do something to keep yourself going, keep yourself active. Because the temptation is, as I say, is to hibernate, which in the grander scheme of things doesn't really help you. Doesn't really help you much at all. But you've got to do whatever you do to get yourself through. Sounds like I'm writing a song, doesn't it? You gotta do whatever you gotta do to get yourself through. That would sound better with a rocky track, wouldn't it? So I've got my various distractions. The SuperCard. There's Walking Dead. Pleasant game, Walking Dead Road to Survival, which I do enjoy playing, which is kind of my guilty secret because I don't make videos on that. I think I maybe made one about a year ago. But it's one of those games, it does get a bit frustrating sometimes when you're playing SuperCard and you think, well, I can't really collect that now because I said to people I'd collect it on video. Whereas, obviously, if you're playing a game that is totally hidden from the real world, then you can do what you like when you like. And make mistakes and not worry about it and just be happy. So, that's something else that I enjoy playing. And of course, a few of you will have noticed from my droning stroke crunching efforts now and again on video, you'll see I like to play guitar as well. That's one thing I miss actually here at Mum's. Apart from the fact I'm sitting here on my own on New Year's Eve. I will open a beer later, don't worry. I'm not just going to sit here feeling sorry for myself. I'm going to have a couple of beers, I'll watch a film and just chill. Just take it easy for the evening. But one of the things I do like to do is relax playing the guitar. Whether it's trying to learn something new or just having a good old thrash to something old. Or making something up. Just being creative. Just getting it out of my system. So what I do like about playing guitar is if you're in an angry mood, you can thrash the thing. If you're in a mellow mood, you can just pick a few delicate strings and just hum along. So you can it can adapt to your mood. It's been a good friend, my guitar, over the years. In fact, I've got a few guitars that have been good friends over the years. In fact, so much so, quite a few of them are cluttering up the place at home, as Ninja's mum has pointed out to me on more than one occasion. Well, why do you need all these guitars? Because I do. You can't play them all at the same time, can you? Good point, but I still need them all. So, there it is. That's a fact. In fact, I've got my eye on another one, to be quite honest. If I had I've had some spare cash. It's about 800 quid, which I guess is around $1,100. So I won't be buying it tomorrow, but it's a target for 2019. If things go well work-wise, who knows, I might be able to treat myself at some stage. And that would be nice. That would be nice after a pretty grotty time. Right, I'm going to do one more of these. Nothing like fighting a war on New Year's Eve. Just be nice and friendly. I've got a couple of momentum slots booked already, so just try and get up to 3, I think, this time around. That rock card has helped. I mean, my Road to Glory deck is now Neon++. So hopefully I can make a bit more a bit more progress without needing the 2-spot hardened team coming in too early. And Ring Dommy Dim Dom, I'm in Shattered Plus anyway, so that's not a problem. And my deck is now well established into Shattered. I obviously need to try and get to Shattered Plus and Shattered Plus Plus. But doing okay. Progress has been okay. Not been crazy. It's not been mad. There was that little bit of expenditure at the start when I opened some packs on video. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. But since then, it's been trying to grind when I can. But of course, my eventing has been severely impaired by the fact that I've been in and out of London so much over the last couple of months. But it can't be helped, can it? It can't be helped. As I've said before, real life comes first, doesn't it? Real life comes first. So, I tell you what, just for something a bit different, in the comments down below, why don't you just tell me what you're doing for New Year's Eve? Just give me something to read later on this evening as the midnight hour strikes and I stumble into 2019 with a beer in my hand, wondering where life is going to take me next. Why don't you just let me know down below what you're doing New Year's Eve? You with the family? You out with friends? Are you doing something a bit different? Are you on your own? You're on your own like me? If so, let's raise a glass together. So there we have it, people. Thank you ever so much for all of you who've commented, who've tweeted, who've sent us something on Instagram, and obviously you've commented down below and subscribed, which is probably more important. And all of you followed us, not just from day 1 or month 6 or year 2, but even those of you who just joined for part of the fun and part of the ride. Welcome all. It's been fantastic to have you, and it really does mean a lot. As I say, when other things aren't going so well in life, it's nice to have YouTube as a distraction and see there's other people out there doing other things. And as I say, life goes on. So you can still feel sorry for yourself a bit, but you've got to get out there and just take it by the throat and just cuff life back now and again. So there we have it, people. Thank you ever so much for watching. Have a fantastic 2019. Don't forget, be remiss of me not to mention, if you want to see some more of this kind of thing, tap on the bell notifications down below. Subscribe, of course, you've got to subscribe. Join the party. There's all the social media. There's Instagram, there's Twitter, there's Facebook. 2019 is here, people. Enjoy. Make the most of it. Until I see you next time, you stay cool.
People say to me all the time, "Hey Johnny Wrestling, what does it take to become a winner?" To those people I say, try watching BadLadDad's latest video. He'll show you just what it takes to become a WWE SuperCard champion.